Determine the open intervals in which the following are increasing, decreasing, or constant. So we have a function that's a piecewise defined function graphed here, and we want to determine intervals of increasing, decreasing, and constant. So most people can look at a graph and say, oh, well, okay, so this part right here is going up, so it's increasing. And you'd be absolutely right. That's the interval where the function is increasing. But the question is, how do you go about describing that? So when it comes to answering intervals of increasing, decreasing, and constant, we answer only in terms of the x values where that's happening. Now, the way that we do that is this point right here is located at -5, oops, 0, -5. All right, and this point right here is at 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, now the answer is not just from 0, -5 to 3, 5, but instead what we do is we just write it as an interval only on the x-axis. So on the x-axis, this interval here is going from this point right here over to this point right here. So it's just that interval in between. So just the start and end point of the x values. So you would say 0, but not including because of the open circle. Oh, and actually it does say the open intervals, so we're not even going to include this other point here, even though it's a closed circle. Because if it says determine open intervals, we want to make sure we only answer with parentheses around. All right, so that's how we do this. Now, in terms of decreasing. So again, it's pretty straightforward to look at the graph and see this part right here that's decreasing in value, it's going down. So the way you answer it is the same as increasing. You just answer in terms of only the x. So it's decreasing from -infinity because this arrow tells me it's going on to infinity. But then it stops right here at 0, so from -infinity to 0. And then constant, we're constant on this interval right along here. So that's starting at the x value of 3 and then going to positive infinity.